Section 7-3, we're going to start evaluating your values. Values are individual. All of you have different values. Your values are different than mine. My values are different than my friends. Values are things that are important to you. A person's principles or standards of behavior, your judgment of what's important in life, are considered your values. And again, we're all going to have different values. We're going to take a look at some of the values that I'm going to have you evaluate, and then you eventually are going to summarize your own values. The first value we're going to take a look at is money and wealth. How much is enough for you? Do you want to just live comfortably? Do you want to have lots of money? Do you want to be able to give to charities? Do you want to be able to travel? Just how much is enough for you with your money and wealth value? How high of a priority do you put on wealth? The second value is security. Do you want the security of keeping the same job for many years, or would you rather change jobs, do new things throughout your lifetime? Do you want to be able to go to a job for 30 some years, knowing that this is what you're going to do for your whole life? Or are you okay with trying different things, changing jobs, taking risks like that? Independence. Is it important to you to be able to choose how to do your job, or would you rather follow company guidelines in doing your job? Independence depends upon, do you like to be your own boss, or would you rather go to work and have a set schedule? For example, like school, you are not very independent, you follow the clocks and you do your work accordingly. Your life and work values will depend how much independence you want. For example, in my job, I have a set schedule, but I'm pretty independent as to what I want to teach and how I want to teach it. So I kind of have a little bit of both. Physical risk. Would you take a job with only little physical risk, or do you like adventurous jobs that require physical risk? Some of the big physical risk jobs would be a police officer, firefighter. Other jobs with little physical risk would probably be like an accountant sitting in the back room doing your bookwork and so forth. And then there's lots of jobs in between there. Recognition. How important is gaining other people's respect? Do you want a job where you can get lots of recognition? For example, like political careers. Or is that not important? You just want to know that you're doing a good job and you're okay with that. Creativity. How important is it developing new ideas and ways of doing things? Do you want to be able to be creative in your job? Or same old is okay for you? Personal growth. Do you prefer jobs that give you an opportunity to gain additional skills, training, or education? Or would you rather become the best that you can be in the skills required on one job? Do you want to be able to maybe improve on the job you're doing, or just doing that same thing over and over? Is that okay for you? Family. How important is it to have regular time with your family? Would you like to stay close to your family or establish a new life elsewhere? So again, we're talking about family, your family that you live with right now. Is it important right now that you stay close to them, or do you just want to get away and find a job maybe 3,000 miles from here? This is kind of a tough question right now because with all the time we've had to spend with our family, but look at the big picture. In 10 to 20 years, do you want to be able to live close to your own family, or is it okay that you travel someplace else? Community. How important is sharing time with other members of your community? Is it important that you become part of a community, that you volunteer work, or maybe you're on lots of committees with the community? Or is it okay that you just do your own thing and the community runs itself? Location. How important is the place where you live? If you could live anywhere, where would you choose, and why would you choose this place? Are you okay living in a smaller town? Would you rather live in a bigger town? Where would you want to live? How important is location where you are at? A good career is one that fits your values, your interests, and provides enough income for you and your family. Next, you're going to complete the life and work value sheet that you have for this assignment. Remember, each section you need to complete with at least 3 complete sentences. Make sure you take your time on this, and for a complete sentence, a really poor example would be, I want to make a lot of money. Try to go in a little bit more depth than just that. When you are done completing 3 complete sentences for each, start numbering. Number 1, what is your most important value all the way through, and then you will find which one is least important to you. If you have a tough time writing on this sheet with your pencil or your crayon, you can also use text boxes. Those come in very handy and they're very easy to read. When you are done with this, make sure you submit it under the correct assignment in Canvas.